Hey there, fellow fact fanatics. Welcome back to Fun Facts by Tony. Today, we're diving headfirst into the thrilling, daring, and sometimes downright unbelievable world of heists. That's right, we're counting down the top 10 biggest heists in modern history. Get comfy, grab a snack, and buckle up, because these stories will leave you on the edge of your seat. Whether you've dreamed of a life as a slick thief, don't do it, or just love a good underdog story, you'll love this one. Remember, these heists are real, so don't try this at home or anywhere. Alright, let's go. Kicking off our list is a British classic, the Great Train Robbery of 1963. Imagine a group of men meticulously planning to stop a Royal Mail train carrying bags of cash through the English countryside. The gang, led by Bruce Reynolds, wasn't just stealing a couple of pounds. They nabbed $2.6 million, which is roughly $7.5 million today. How did they do it? By tampering with railway signals to stop the train. Here's the kicker, they didn't even use weapons. Instead, they relied on clever planning and a bit of brute force. After getting the loot, they laid low in a farmhouse, but sloppy mistakes, like leaving fingerprints, eventually led to their capture. This heist was so iconic it's inspired countless movies and books. You've got to hand it to them though. Stopping a train for a robbery? That's some serious Mission Impossible vibes. Let's head to sunny Brazil for this one. Picture this. A gang of thieves rents a house near the Banco Central in Fortaleza. They claim to be starting a landscaping business, even going so far as to plant a front yard. Over the next 3 months, they secretly dig a tunnel, nearly 78 meters, 256 feet long, right under the bank's vault. This wasn't your average hole in the ground. The tunnel was reinforced and even had electric lighting. On a weekend in August 2005, they broke into the vault and stole over 160 million Brazilian reals, equivalent to about $71.6 million. The crew pulled off the heist without setting off a single alarm. Unfortunately for them, authorities eventually caught many of the culprits. The craziest part? Only a fraction of the money was recovered. This heist is literally the stuff of underground legends. Next, we're heading to the artsy side of crime. In 1990, 2 men dressed as Boston police officers talked their way into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in the middle of the night. Once inside, they tied up the guards and made off with 13 pieces of art valued at a staggering $200 million. The haul included masterpieces by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Degas. To this day, none of the stolen pieces have been recovered. The museum still has empty frames where the paintings once hung, serving as a haunting reminder of the heist. What's wild is that this crime remains unsolved. Some say it was an inside job, others think it was mob-related, but no one really knows. If you're an art lover, this heist is both fascinating and heartbreaking. Back to the US for this one, where Alan Pace, a security officer for Dunbar Armored, masterminded what's still the biggest cash robbery in American history. Using his insider knowledge, Pace recruited a group of friends, disabled the security cameras, and struck when the vault was loaded with cash. The gang made off with $18.9 million, and it seemed like the perfect crime, until one of the crew got sloppy. A friend tried to deposit bundles of cash still wrapped in original Dunbar straps at the bank. Rookie mistake, right? The FBI traced it back to Pace and his gang, leading to their arrest. But guess what? Most of the money was never recovered. Somewhere out there, a hidden stash of millions might still exist. Talk about leaving treasure for the ages. Ah, diamonds, glamorous, shiny, and apparently easy to steal if you're part of the School of Turin, a notorious Italian gang. The heist took place in Belgium's Antwerp Diamond District, home to one of the most secure vaults in the world. Or so they thought. Leonardo Notarbartolo, the gang's leader, spent years posing as a legitimate diamond merchant to gain access to the vault. In February 2003, he and his team bypassed layers of security, including motion detectors, heat sensors, and a magnetic field. They stole more than $100 million worth of diamonds, gold, and jewelry. Their mistake? DNA evidence left at the scene. Leonardo was caught, but the loot? Still missing. And here's a fun fact. Leonardo claims his gang was framed and that the real amount stolen was much less. Sounds suspicious, doesn't it? Now let's rewind to London in 1983, where 6 men broke into a warehouse at Heathrow Airport, expecting to find some cash. What they found instead was gold bars worth 26 million, around 100 million today. Imagine the sheer shock of realizing your payday just grew exponentially. The robbers melted the gold down to make it harder to trace, but greed and betrayal unraveled their plan. A few were caught after spending lavishly and living large. The Brinks-Mat robbery became infamous in Britain, inspiring everything from crime novels to TV dramas. It's a classic tale of striking it big, only to lose it all. This heist is so famous it inspired scenes in Goodfellas. The Lufthansa heist took place at New York's JFK Airport. A gang led by James Burke, aka Jimmy the Gent, infiltrated the Lufthansa cargo building and stole $5 million in cash and $875,000 in jewelry, totaling about $22 million today. The heist was fast, violent, and meticulously planned. But here's where things took a dark turn. Burke, paranoid about loose ends, allegedly had many of his accomplices killed. To this day, some aspects of the heist remain a mystery, but it lives on as one of the most notorious robberies in American history. The oldest heist on our list is the Great Brinks Robbery in Boston, often called the crime of the century. In January 1950, a group of 11 men stole $2.7 million in cash, checks, and securities equivalent to about $33 million today. The gang wore Halloween masks and gloves, leaving almost no evidence behind. They were so confident they agreed to lie low until the statute of limitations expired. But alas, one member cracked under pressure and confessed shortly before the deadline. Most of the cash was never recovered, and the heist remains a legendary tale of meticulous planning and ultimate betrayal. In the chaos of the Lebanese Civil War, a group of robbers saw an opportunity. They broke into the British Bank of the Middle East in Beirut, using explosives, and managed to access the vault. Inside, they found gold bars, jewels, and cash worth over $200 million. What's mind-blowing is how smooth their operation was. They even hired locksmiths to crack the vault. The stolen goods vanished into the black market, and no one was ever caught. This heist remains one of the largest and boldest in history. And finally, we've reached the biggest heist in modern history. The setting? Iraq 2003. Just before the US invasion, Saddam Hussein ordered his son Qusay to withdraw $1 billion from the Central Bank of Iraq. Yes, you heard that right. An entire billion in cash was loaded into trucks in broad daylight. Technically, it wasn't a heist in the traditional sense, but it's still the largest unauthorized withdrawal of funds ever. After Hussein's regime fell, about $650 million was recovered hidden in walls, but the rest? Gone. Some say it was used to fund insurgencies, while others think it's stashed somewhere waiting to be found. And there you have it, folks. 10 incredible heists, each with its own mix of brilliance, betrayal, and, let's be honest, a little bit of luck. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fun facts. Who knows, next time we might explore how to plan a heist. Just kidding. Stay curious, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep those curiosity engines running, because the world is full of fascinating stories just waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for watching Fun Facts by Tony. See you soon, and remember, crime doesn't pay, unless it's a story on YouTube. Bye for now.